Hi boys and girls, this is Coach Kyle with the First Tee Central Coast, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can make your very own putting cup to use at home. So first let me show you the materials you're going to use, and then I'll try to explain step by step how you can make your own putting cup. So I'll go ahead and adjust the camera here so you can see. These are the things that you will need. First you have a ruler, or in this case I have a yardstick. Some tape, some scissors, make sure they're pretty heavy duty scissors too, a marker or a pen, set these aside. You have a shoebox, and then last, for your hole, you have a few options. So I've got a Pringles can, a peanut butter jar, and an oatmeal carton here. So when you cut your hole, it depends how big you want to make the hole. So a Pringles can, that's going to be the smallest size hole. If I use the lid to the peanut butter, that's a little bit bigger. And then the top of the oatmeal carton is even a little bit bigger. So just remember, it depends how you want to challenge yourself. The smaller the hole, obviously the harder it's going to be to make it in. And the bigger the hole, it's going to be a little bit easier for you. So, first thing you're going to do is take your shoebox, and I already removed the lid from this one, and you're going to put it on the side like this, because we're going to mark a line going from one end to the other, a straight line across, and I'll show you how I do that. So I'm going to put my shoebox on the side. I take my ruler, or for me, my yardstick, my marker, and I'm just going to draw a straight line from one corner to the other. Okay, just like that. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, but I need to make sure that I draw it on the same side. So it starts on this side and goes up to the top this way. So when I go to this side of the shoebox, I'm going to need to start here and go that way as well. So I'm going to draw that other line. Okay, and that wasn't quite to the corner, so I'm going to try to fix that. There we go, that's a little better. All right, so I drew it on both sides. And now what I'm going to do is take my scissors and just go ahead and cut on those lines. So I'll show you guys so you can see. On the inside of my box, there's this fold. We don't need that, so you can just cut that out. Your shoebox at home might not have that, but what I did is I just cut right along that line to remove that piece of cardboard. And now I can go ahead and cut from one side to the other, right along that line. Okay, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. It's okay if it comes apart like that. That's what we have the tape for. Okay, I'm going to put my cardboard to the side. And now you can see I've cut both the sides. And what I'm going to do next is remove, or actually, you know what I'll do is make sure that I tape these sides together so that the box is secure. So I'll get a piece of tape here. I have some electrical tape that I'm using. You don't have to use that. If you have packing tape or masking tape at home, that'll work. Okay, so what I did is I went to the corner on this side and I just matched it up with the bottom. And I'm going to put a piece of tape right there to hold it in place. And then I'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So I'll match that up. Put the tape on like that. So now I've got my tape there, and that should hold it in place. What I'm going to do now is this extra flap in front. I'm going to have to cut that off right along the line. So just go ahead and take your scissors. Do it this way. And cut your shoebox right on that line in front, all the way across. And I'll move that piece of cardboard. Now, when you set it down, you want to make sure that the bottom of the cardboard is flush to the ground. Okay, so there's not a big gap of air underneath on one side or the other. Okay, because the ball is going to have to roll up that cardboard up front. All right, so I've got that in place. Now it's time to cut our hole. So for this one, I think I'm going to use my peanut butter jar lid. I made another putting cup where I used my Pringles can. It was a little small, so maybe I can use that one if I'm really practicing my working on my putts, my target awareness. But for this, it's going to be a little more forgiving. So I'm going to put my peanut butter jar right in the middle. I don't want to put it towards the bottom of the cup. I want it more on the higher end like that. And you can center it right in the middle. Another thing you could do is if you want to have two holes, you could put your peanut butter lid on that side, and you could do another hole on the other side. So then you've got one bigger hole and one smaller hole to practice on. But for now, I'm just going to use this. I'll take my marker, and I'm going to hold the peanut butter jar in place and just trace the circle around. Okay, that should do it. So now I've got my circle right in the middle. Next thing you're going to do, take your scissors. If you have a knife, you can use that, but make sure you have adult supervision, or you might want to ask a parent to do it for you. Because what you're going to do is hold your shoebox in place and take the sharp point of the scissors or a knife, and you're going to poke right about the middle of the hole. You might have to twist your scissors or knife in there, just so you can pierce it through. And then you're going to cut from the inside. Whoops. You're going to cut out your hole from the inside like this. All right, so I'm cutting all the way around, almost done. And there it is. And that's pretty much your finished product right there. That's your putting cup. So you can see I transformed this shoebox into a putting cup. And now it's time to test it out. So I have hard floors here, but I have a carpet that I can lay this down on and roll some putts. So make sure when you do this, I'm going to put my putting cup against a hard surface. You can use the wall, or I have a set of drawers, just a cabinet here. So go ahead and rest it against that. Grab your putter. I'll move this so you can see a little bit better. I don't know if that's better. Okay. And then get some balls and go ahead and test it out. Ooh, almost. All right, there's one. Ooh, a little short. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have fun putting at home, get some practice in. Stay safe. Thanks.